Let's have a look at all the powers and items that are available for Reaper in Overwatch 2 Stadium. In this series of videos, I take a look at all of the powers and all of the unique items for the heroes that are currently available in Overwatch Stadium. Today we're taking a look at Reaper. Reaper in Stadium. Let's check out what he's up to, because he is quite good in Stadium. I don't know what the exact numbers are right now, but up till recently, he was the DPS with the highest win rate. So, well, one of the reasons was the list of bugs that they fixed in the latest hotfix. I made a video about it earlier. I'll leave a link below. But anyways, here we go. His first weapon hero item is called Spectral Slugs. Sounds tasty. 5% attack speed, 25% max ammo, and using Shadow Step restores 100% of your ammo. Well, let's give that a try, shall we? We're going to take some shots, then we're going to Shadow Step. And bam, we got 10. But that was the only rare item he has. And he also only has one epic weapon item, and that is called Onslaught. 25% max ammo, and every third shot fires both of your Hellfire shotguns. The extra shot does not consume ammo, but deals 80% reduced damage. So usually he takes one gun at a time. That is his cadence. That's what he does. However, with that item, he's going to do this. So every third shot, he's going to use both guns. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I'm starting to understand why he is so strong. Alright. On top of the extra ammo that you get, of course. Good God. Let's move over to the abilities. He only has 2 ability hero items. Both of them are epic. One is called Wrath of Ruin. 20% ability power, which is going to his Dead Blossom. 25% Dead Blossom radius. And 20% move speed during Dead Blossom. Cool. So, for completeness sake, let's just do his normal Dead Blossom and just have a look at when it kind of kicks in. Kill these poor robots. And now we're going to equip Wrath of Ruin, and let's see. I'm going to be completely honest. I'm pretty sure it kicks in a little sooner, because the radius is supposed to be bigger. And the 20% ability power is definitely going to make a difference, the move speed. But I don't play enough Reaper to notice it myself that hard. It looks okay. Next one is Crowd Control. 15% ability power. And that Blossom gains 5% ability power for each enemy within its range. So, for every enemy you'll have standing in your Dead Blossom range, you're going to get 5% ability power on top of the 15 that you're already getting. So if you're dropping yourself in the middle of a full group, 5 people, that is going to give you 25% extra on top of the 15 you're already getting. So that is a total of 40 at that moment. Now this is kind of hard to show off, but just trust me that when I ult with these 2 robots near me, I'm going to get 10% extra on top of the 15 I already got. So yeah. That's a lot of power for his ultimate. So that is everything that we got in ability. Let's see what he got for survival. Oof, whew. For some reason, Reaper has a lot of hero items in the survival category. 3 rares and 3 epics. So the first one is called Devastation, 15% ability lifesteal. I discussed in my general video what that actually does. You can find it on my page. Each Dead Blossom elimination increases your health by 25 until the end of the round, up to 100 health. So if you kill 4 enemies with your Dead Blossom, you're going to get 100 extra health throughout the whole round. You can do that in 2 separate Dead Blossoms. You can do it in 4 Dead Blossoms. In some cases, maybe in 8. But we're going to kill these 2, and that should give us a nice amount. So if we do that again, we're at 400. And we're going to keep that till the end of the round. That's neat. Next up, Neverfrost. It gives you 25 health, 5% weapon power, and reduce the effectiveness of enemy slows by 50%. So anything that is going to try and slow you will not work as well. Basically, that's it. Not bad. Next one is called Pocket Mist. 25 health. While below 50% life, gain 20% move speed. That is something we can show off. So, look at that. As long as we're below that health, we move fast, and then we slow down because, well, the self-heal is kicking in. Let's have a look at the epics. Wretched Wings. While using Ray Form, gain the ability to fly and gain 20% move speed. So that is Reaper just going all Batman. Although Batman can't fly up, he can only fly down. But anyways, flying Reaper. Which is going to be very handy to position yourself, let's be honest. If you want to fly up to some people and just kind of drop in the middle of them, all, that's the way to do it. Dauntless Drought. 50 health, 15% move speed during raid form, and 33% raid form duration. Your normal raid form when you don't have anything equipped is just this. About 5 seconds. It's a decent enough speed, but why move slow if you can move faster? So let's try that with Dauntless Drought. So here we go. You can definitely notice the fact that it lasts a lot longer. It's going to enable you to kind of go in, but also to kind of escape. And especially because you have that little speed boost. The last of his hero items is Crimson Cloak. 25 health, 10% ability power. And using Dead Blossom grants you overheal equal to 15% of your max life. So, let's say that we use that other one and we kind of give ourselves 100 health. That 15% is going to kick in even harder. So that's why they used max health. But let's see what that looks like. So I went up to 374 during my ult from 325. Which is going to help you to survive. I mean, the moment you start doing your ult, you draw attention and people will start shooting you. Anyways, time for the powers, where the real fun is being had. The first power is called Backstabber. After using an ability, your next shot deals 50% additional damage over 3 seconds to enemies struck from behind. So that is oddly specific. You need to use an ability. It can be your Dead Blossom, that can be your Shadow Step, it can be your Raid Form. At that point, your next shot will do 50% additional damage, so one shot, over 3 seconds, so it basically applies a dot, but you need to strike him from behind. I can understand why, because they kind of want to limit the cases in which you can use it. Still. A Harvest Fest. Hellfire shotgun hits have a 10% chance to spawn a Soul Globe. When picked up, restore 25% life, 25% ammo, and gain 25% move speed for 3 seconds. So that is basically the old globes that we got with Reaper when he was released. Basically, back in the day in Overwatch 1, that was one of his abilities. His self-heal became a passive that he just does by doing damage on targets. But back in the day, he actually made the enemies drop orbs by killing them, and then he had to pick up the orbs to heal himself. There we go, that's one of the orbs. If I pick this up, I get movement speed, my ammo is reloaded, and if I had taken damage, I would have healed myself for 25%. Revolving Ruin. Close range, which is 7 meters, Hellfire shotgun hits grant 4% attack speed for 1 second, stacking up to 10 times. So that is 40% attack speed for 1 second, and you need to be really close up. So pay attention to the little buff at the bottom there. In theory, you could get to 10 if your clip is big enough. I currently have the standard clip of 8. If I had used that item that gives me a clip of 10, I could get to 10. The thing is, of course, it just gradually speeds up. And that is going to help you to kind of bust the shield and the tank right after that. Shared Siphon. The Reaping also heals the nearest ally within 10 meters for 30% of Reaper's damage dealt. So the Reaping is his passive. As I've said a few times before, if he does damage, he heals himself. Now with that power, he will heal every ally that is within a range of 10 meters for 30% of the damage that he's doing, which can come in pretty handy. Now the question is, are Reapers often to be found with their allies? Not so much, but it is possible. But you get the point. Shrouded Shrapnel. Using Raid Form increases the number of pellets per shot in your next magazine by 25% and its spread by 50%. These are the pellets and the spread before Raid Form. And these are the pellets and the spread after. You can see a clear difference. And after that, it's just going back to the old pattern. Spirited to Slay. Eliminations reset your cooldown. That is a pretty strong one. So let's say I do my raid form. We got the cooldown going. Kill this guy and cooldown is gone. We got the cooldown going. Let's say I come in, I do this, I raid form, and then I start killing people. They all just reset. I can raid form back out. Do this. That one is super strong, and it was actually bugged. Up till the latest hotfix, you didn't even need to eliminate anybody to get that reset, so. But that should be fixed now. I'm not going to say that this is a must-have, but it is. Vampiric Touch. Hits with quick melee mark enemies for 5 seconds. Allies gain 20% lifesteal against marked enemies. So basically, you can say, tag, you're it. And you see a little icon appear above the head. And all of your allies will gain 20% lifesteal on these targets. So they will heal themselves by damaging them. That's not bad. Dead Step. After using Shadow Step, cast Dead Blossom for 1.5 seconds with 50% reduced damage. I think we've all seen this. It is quite popular. But basically, you teleport in and the first thing you do is a mini version of your ult. If you combine that with some of the others, you start to see why he is so devastating and why he is so good in Stadium. Silent as the grave. Your footsteps and Shadow Step are significantly quieter. This is also kind of hard to show because you don't hear your own footsteps. Other players will hear your footsteps. But if you equip that, it will all be quieter. You'll just have to believe me. Strangle Step. After using Shadow Step, double your lifesteal for 3 seconds. So if you teleport in, at that moment, for the first 3 seconds, your lifesteal is going to be a lot higher, which is going to enable you to stay alive. Ghosted. While in raid form, passing through enemies slows their move speed and attack speed by 30% for 3 seconds. You can show that on those other guys. Basically, if you do this, you go through them, you can see that they're being slowed down. You can see that there's a little purple effect at their feet that will slow them down. And then the last one is called Wraith Renewal. While in raid form, restore 10% of your life every 1 second. And double this while below 50% life. Alright, let's give that a try. Take some damage first. There we go. We're below 50%, so it's sticking a little harder. Once we get over 50%, it will slow down. This one was actually also bugged up till the latest hotfix. It would heal you double no matter what your health was. So that was one of the reasons that Reaper was dominating in Stadium. But yeah, I think he's still very strong. I can see why he's on top. And that was it for Reaper. Tell me, what combo of powers and items would you use for Reaper in Overwatch Stadium? Let me know in the comments. For now, however, that was it. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. It always helps me out. I also want to thank my patrons and YouTube members. You too can become a member over on patreon.com/theomnicpost and right here on YouTube to unlock exclusive rewards. If you have a few minutes left, maybe check out one of my other videos. But above all, take care of yourself, take care of each other. Bye bye.